Renegade football on Time Warner Cable. Catch all the Bakersfield College home games exclusively on CNNSI Channel 52. Sunday nights at 8:30 p.m. with encore showings on Monday nights at 8:30 p.m. following high school football. Hard-hitting, high-scoring, that's BC football. Brought to you by Motor City and Mish Funeral Home.
The following is a special presentation exclusively from Time Warner Cable, brought to you by the generous sponsorship of Motor City and Mish Funeral Home.
Good evening. Welcome to the Prep Football Game of the Week on CNNSI, Time Warner Cable, Channel 52. I'm Mark Heffernan. We are at West High. The Vikings are 1-1, and Arvin is 2-0. Brian Adams.
Yes, Mark, we have a good game tonight. We have Grider from Arvin, who had a good game last week with 5 touchdowns, and then Sumlin, who's had 208 yards this year with 3 touchdowns. Those are going to be our keys on the offensive end. And I think we see if one defense can get some turnovers and contain the other one.
Yeah, Grider this year, Jason Grider, he plays backup quarterback. He's a starting running back. He's a safety. He returns punts. He punts for Arvin. 6 touchdowns overall, 5 last week. Someone for West is the quarterback. Last year as a sophomore, he gained over 1,000 yards.
Yeah, last year he was playing the running back. Coach asked him to make a change to the quarterback. He did it being a team player. And like you said earlier, they've had some good teams they've played against so far. That'll be a good test for him tonight. We
like Josh Haddon. He's 6'7", 240. He goes both ways for West High. We like the size of West against the quickness of Arvin.
Yeah, and again, like we talked about, it's going to have to be Arvin's quickness to stay in this game because West definitely has some size with the guys 280 and 265, so it'll be a good game tonight.
It's West and Arvin tonight on CNNSI, Time Warner Cable, Channel 52.
I'm sitting across from a person who's getting ready to write a large sum of money for an automobile, and I've purchased vehicles before, and I know exactly what they're going through. It can be nerve-wracking. The no-hassle, no-haggle price allows Saturn to be so much at ease with the customer and allows us to treat everyone so fair. It really doesn't matter whether you do a short-term lease, a long-term lease, short-term financing, long-term financing, or cash. Once you're in the Saturn family, you're in the Saturn family. I am going to see this person again. You see him at the supermarket, and you see him in a restaurant, so we want to make sure they are completely comfortable with the entire process.
I'm Ray Mish, and I know grief comes in many forms. Over the past 40 years, the Mish family has given compassionate, understanding services to thousands of grieving families. The Mish family can provide all needs regardless of your traditions. It may be traditional funeral services or cremation, even counseling for pre-arranged funeral plans. We have 2 locations in Oildale and the Southwest just to help you, and that makes a whole lot of difference.
And a plus good evening from West High School. Welcome to the Prep Football Game of the Week on CNNSI, Time Warner Cable, Channel 52. Brian, looks like we're going to have a good game tonight between 2-0 Arvin and 1-1 West. Dennis Manning has done a good job trying to bring back the program at West High. You know, they've had so much success in past years. They've been on a downswing for a few years. Arvin with Chuck Chamberlain, a solid tradition there. He's had winning teams for many, many years. We talked about in the pregame show about we like West High's size, and we thought that someone was definitely key to their offense and also defense. As a sophomore last year, he rushed for over 1,000 yards, and he's running the veer attack for West High, and has done it reasonably good the first 2 games. But a man for Arvin that West High has to contain is Jason Grider, number 4. As the kickoff is underway to Arvin. Arvin in white with red letters, West in green and gold, a la Green Bay Packers. As they bring the mound down at the 38-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Arvin Bears. Jason Grider, the number 4, the halfback for Arvin, also go out of backfield and receive some passes from time to time. He's a starting safety, returns punts, and you really have to keep him contained. A guy that had 5 touchdowns last week.
Yes, Mark, he's going to be the dangerous guy tonight because he does everything. He's going to catch some punt returns, some kickoffs, play tailback, and catch the ball in the backfield. He's very dangerous, have to keep our eye on him.
Now he's a single running back, a double slot for Arvin. Yarborough, the quarterback. Ball given to Grider. About a 2-yard gain for Jason off the left side, number 4. He's going to be near the ball, whether it's from the backfield as a wide receiver. A punt return, you name it. Cunningham, the leading ball carrier for Arvin the last 2 or 3 years, had probably 1,500 yards his last 2 years. Arvin switching out of the I formation. 2nd and 8. Ball to the first man through, number 22 for the Arvin Bears. Victor Segoviano, the fullback. Arvin likes to have small and very quick fullbacks. And, of course, their tailbacks are the same way, but you're not going to see a lot of size in the Arvin backfield. They like to beat you with quickness and misdirection.
Yeah, and that's going to be their thing. They're going to come out here tonight, and they're going to use their quickness and their speed to get you off balance and also to try to move around the big fellas, neutralize that size.
3rd and deep. Yarborough will throw, play action pass. Flips it off to number 7. Complete at the 20. He'll go the distance. Touchdown, Arvin Bears, as they complete the big play. Wow.
55-yard touchdown pass play from
Jay Nunez, who's the starting wingback for Arvin, getting deep, getting past the DB, and perfect pass by Yarborough.
Yeah, he ran a corner route right there, and the defensive back tried to go for the interception. He barely missed it, and Nunez made a good catch and took it into the end zone.
And the safety wasn't back to help him out. 1-to-1 man-to-man coverage there. The West High gets burned by the big play. That's something that Arvin does every year. The PAT attempt is up, and it's good. Nunez with a PAT, so he scores the touchdown, has a 1-point conversion. 7-0 Arvin, 10:45 to play in the first quarter. So lightning has struck here at West High.
Yeah, struck and it struck quick. We talked earlier in the pregame about the defense have to contain people, and it looks like now they don't have to worry about a receiver out of Nunez because he ran a good corner route and made a big play.
Well, you know, if Grider had a lot of success this year, we figured that West would be playing up on the line of scrimmage, and they had a lot of people there, so Arvin decided to play action, freeze him a little bit, and beat him with a long pass play. So they're going to keep West High guessing tonight on defense.
And that should free up some room for Grider tonight to get his offensive game going off.
So Arvin striking quickly for the score. Something they do very well. And the crowd is buzzing tonight at West High.
number 20, Leo.
So West High will receive the ball here. Down 7-0 early in the first quarter. Nice play action fake by Brent Yarborough. He's a junior quarterback for Arvin. He's 6'2", 175. 6'2", 170 pounds. Kickoff by the Arvin Bears. They jump out to that lead first. They scored over 40 points against McLean last week, the Fresno team. Coach Chuck Chamberlain liked their first half. He didn't care for their play in the second half, but nevertheless, they played excellent ball. Beat Burroughs and game number 1. Kick comes to number 25 for West High, running hard across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. Greg McClough, who is one of the running backs for West High. Greg 25 along with Glenn Colbert are the starting backs. Bryson Sumlin, the quarterback. At flanker Bobby Simpson, number 80. Josh Hatton, tight end 45. He's 6'7", 240. Number 72. Nathan Peterson, 78 at guard. Kevin Stallings, the center, number 60, 74. Zonder. Jake Gann, right tackle. West High with the ball, pitch out in their veer offense. Get up to about the 35-yard line. Arvin swarming around the runner. That's Colbert. It'll be second down.
He's second down. That's a good pitch out right there, and they got a good gain. It'll be interesting to see what West High does to come back to answer that big play by Arvin.
West High defeated Hanford in game number 1. a contest in which Hanford turned the ball over quite a bit, and then last week West did the trick as they turned the ball over and they lost to Foothill. There's that, and your double tight end set for West. Someone almost loses the ball, drives forward for a nice gain. It'll be 3rd and 3 for West High. Sumlin, a national running back who gained over 1,000 yards last year for the Vikings, this year put in a quarterback slot to run that veer, and that's a very tough transition.
It is, but he's been a nice one so far. 2 games, he's had 208 yards with 3 touchdowns. You have to play Bryson Sumlin to look for a run. He's not much of a passer, but he will throw it a little bit.
So we might see the Arvin defense playing up on the line. Sumlin for the inside handoff, they'll be shy of the first down. It'll be 4th down for West High. Colbert, the ball carrier, and Arvin stuffed it very well. 4th down for the Vikings. Apparently punting in their own territory. At least I would think they'd be punting, but it doesn't look like they're going to do that.
Make it more like 4th and 2.
4th and 2 for West High. And a ball thrown 42-yard line.
We're going to go for it, folks.
Well, Coach Dennis Manning gambling early in the game tonight, down 7-0. 8:55 on the clock in the first quarter. Someone and company head up to the first man through, and I believe he's shy of the first down.
Handoff to Greg McLeod.
I think the Arvin Bears have held. McLeod, the ball carrier.
A gain of about a yard.
It is 1st down for Arvin. So the gamble does not pay off for West High.
No, it didn't. And Coach Manning, like you said earlier, has a lot of faith in his defense, so obviously he felt he'd get the first down, and he's going to leave it to his defense to hold Arvin this series.
Okay, Arvin has a great opportunity here. Ahead 7-0 with the ball in West territory to 43-yard line. And the Arvin Bears have a very good offensive team. They can score, and score very quickly. As we saw in the play action pass from Yarborough to Nunez, who's a wing back to the right side. Either Grider or one of the linemen moved quickly for Arvin High. And it's a legal procedure against Arvin Bears. Everybody a little bit too pumped up in Arvin High backfield. You can see the West High sideline. West High defense has Hatton at one defensive end slot, number 45. Cody Ballard, number 40, 6'4", 255. Defensive tackles Mike Garcia, 5'10", 225, number 64, and Daniel Heck, number 68, 6'2", 235. He was a Jockey Club Defensive Player of the Week. Play action, Yarborough to throw, and a pass incomplete. Trying to hit number 45 for the Arvin Bears.
Number 21, Bryson Sumlin on the defensive coverage.
Incomplete, Sumlin on the coverage. It'll be 2nd and 15 for the Arvin Bears, but nice call by Chuck Chamberlain.
Yes, Mark, we can see already they're going to use Grider as a decoy tonight early on, doing some play action to him. They're getting him flow with Grider, and he's rolling out, and he's looking out for the wide open man. Just to get the ball up a little bit, and it's a completion.
2nd and 15 for the Arvin Bears. Segoviano on Grider in the backfield. Nunez slot right. Grider, the ball carrier. Hit hard, drives forward. Has a gain of about 4 yards, but 3rd and long for Arvin. Or maybe 3rd and 11, 3rd and 12. But that's nothing for the Arvin Bears to have 3rd and 11, 3rd and 12 because they can pick up yards very quickly.
And they can do it many different ways. They can do it by running or they can do it by passing. We've seen already a touchdown pass to Nunez and a wide open fullback in the flat. So we'll be interested to see right now. It's going to be a big play for Coach Manning's defense.
Yes, definitely. 8 minutes to play in the first quarter. Arvin 3rd and 12 at the West High 44-yard line. Yarborough hit in the backfield and dropped. Number 4 is a big play for West High. That's David Dish, one of their outside linebackers, 6 feet, 190 pounds. And Arvin suffers a big loss. It is punting time for the Bears.
And that's must be what Coach Manning was talking about. He went for it on 4th down, turned over to the defense, and the defense came through with the big play.
And West High has to play pressure defense against the Bears. Dish along with Alex Rivas, number 5, and Dagsby, number 22, their backers. Right with the line drive punt, and a flag is thrown on the Arvin backfield as it goes out of bounds on the 12 or 13-yard line.
But there is a penalty flag on the field.
Let's see what the penalty flag is all about as we look at
Ball went out of bounds at around the 13.
West High players.
Holding Holding on the Arvin Bears.
Holding against the Bears, and the crowd loves it. Now, you've played some games against West High back in your days at BHS, and that was a big rivalry back then.
Yes, when we played West High at BHS, it was one of the bigger games of the year. You had Garces and you had West. At that time, West played us in the CIF section final in '88.
I went to that game. I think there was an empty seat in the house at the stadium.
No, it wasn't, and it was kind of fun to play in front of a packed house like that.
That was awesome. That was an awesome high school football game. The electricity was magnificent that evening.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 4th and long, Brian, for Arvin. And Grotto will be punting back at his own 20-yard line, but he's such an adept runner, but you have to rush a couple of guys around him.
Yes.
Not that he's going to go for in this type of situation, but remember last week, the punt was hiked over his head. He went back to get it and actually ran for a touchdown. I can't figure out how that happened unless on defense, the other team just rushed him and everybody ran past him. High snap. Grotto gets it off. Line drive punt. And West High lets it roll. It takes an Arvin roll. I think it hit a West High Viking on the foot. And that's Arvin Bears' ball. Number 9, Kean Bolden was back deep for West High. He let the ball roll. He actually was trying to block an Arvin Bear, and the ball hit him on the back of the foot. And it rolled, and Arvin recovers.
You see on the replay, he got pushed right to the ball.
Foot.
Ball pumps up, and number 30 picks up the fumble. Big play for Arvin. They have the ball. 1st and 10 from about the 12, so they can pick up another first down mark before they even have to score a touchdown.
Michael Chires with a recovery. Chires for Arvin. Jason Grotto hitting the backfield and dropped. Great penetration by the West High defense. No gain. So West High commits a very costly turnover, and it's up to their defense to hang tough. They're down 7-0.
Yeah, Mark, and that's crucial for a punt returner, not to let the ball bounce like that. So many things can happen once the ball's on the ground. If you're not going to catch it, you just got to get out the way and clear all your other players out the way.
Yeah, you have to get away from that football. You're picked up or get away from it. For Arvin, 2nd and 12. 2 receivers to the right, pitch back. Jason Grider cuts back, push forward to about the 10 or 11-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 9 for Arvin as they try to go with the wide sleep. But West High continuing to play very well. About a 5-yard pickup.
And so far, West High's done a good job when Grider's had the ball from a running back position. They've gang tackled him and they made some good plays on him.
Of course, with a guy like that, he can turn one play into a 50-yard touchdown. You can contain him all night, and he has the ability to break it.
And that's what's scary for a defensive coordinator when you have a guy who has the potential to get one run, go 99, or take 10 runs and get 5 here and 5 there.
Maybe too much time unless Arvin calls a timeout. They show a little confusion. Jason Grider resting on the sidelines, taking a drink of water. As they brought in a running back for him. It'll be 3rd and 9 for the Arvin Bears with 5:44 on the clock in the first quarter, 7-0 in favor of the Bears. As we take a look at some of the contingent from Arvin that has made the trek to West High tonight, showing their Bears who are 2-0 this year. West High 1-1. Arvin competes in the South Sequoia League, and along with Garces are the favorites in that particular league this year, and they will play Garces on a Saturday this year at 2 p.m. So they're having a showcase game.
And I think that's good for both schools and both fans who follow these programs. Both groups of people care about the programs and they show a lot of support.
And that's quite an intense rivalry. It has been for a long time.
And any rivalry is intense.
Garces' main rivalry in the section outside of Bakersfield is San Joaquin Memorial, who defeated them last week. And Arvin, in or outside the league, has been the main rival, perhaps becoming very close. 3rd and 9 for the Arvin Bears. Goliano back there. Yarborough rolling to his left. Pretty good rush. That cuts back the other way. Hit and dropped in the backfield. Big Josh Hatton making the sack. Number 45 at 6'7", 240.
call him Big Country, and Big Country made a big play. That's the second time we've seen West High's defense come through on third down and get a sack.
Well, he's being recruited by Arizona State, Arizona, Oregon State, and a number of other schools throughout the country. And I'm sure there are some scouts in the audience tonight. Check out number 45. The field goal attempt, the Arvin Bears. This will be a 35-yard attempt. I think it's wide left, no good. So the score remains 7-0. Now, a great performance by the West High defense after that fumble. And West High D rising to the occasion.
Yes, they are, Mark. It's the second time in a row they've done it. They've had 2 miscues. They went for fourth down, didn't make it. Had an unfortunate play on the punt return where the ball bounced off, and they come up with a big play. Washington's defense, I can understand why Coach Manning has a lot of faith in it.
Yeah, he's felt good about their defense this year. Wants to have more consistency on offense.
Yeah, Mark, offense is always slow to come around. Defense is usually ahead of the offense in the beginning of the season.
Someone to pass. Right catch on the far side, 20-yard line, 25. Pass by someone. Comes to number 45 for the Vikings. Colbert, the receiver for West High, coming out of the backfield. That wasn't a pretty pass, but he did the job.
He catches the ball and gets upfield, delivers a little punishment down there, and picks up some yardage for the Vikings.
Michael Sullivan, number 12. Split back to West High. Someone on the keeper. Close to the first down as he drags some tacklers. He's across the 30-yard line. That's a 1st and 10 for West High. We talked about him gaining over 200 yards last year. He has a lot of quickness, and I think Manning would like to go to him a little bit more off the run.
Yeah, and that's what his strength is. You can see when he has a little room, he's going to pick up some yardage.
You want to spread out that Arvin defense as much as you can. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Someone to throw. Pass complete to Sullivan on the other side. Tries to cut back. Oh, and it's hit hard. A couple of Arvin Bears over there. I think Grider came up, number 4.
Yeah, that was a good play by the Arvin defense. They didn't get fooled by it that time. It's a quick pass out to the receiver, and they had good coverage. With those little plays like that, small passing plays are going to open up the running game for Sumlin, McCullough, and Colbert.
Well, it's 2nd and 11 for West High. 3:35 to play in the first quarter. Arvin Bears have the lead. Sumlin fakes the pass, now keeps it. Drives forward for a couple of yards. Going to be 3rd and long for West. As the Vikings moving right to left across your TV dial, and Arvin the other direction. So now West High faced with a situation they don't like to be in. 3rd and long.
No, 3rd and long is not a good situation for West High. They prefer to keep the ball on the ground, the short 3rd down yardage, so they can use their weapons in the running game.
Dennis Manning, who coached at Centennial for 5 years, the head coach of West High, trying to bring that glory back to the institution. He said he's not going anywhere. He's going to be here for a while. Now get some movements to the West High offensive line, or they drew Arvin offsides. We'll see what the officials call it. It was a 3rd and 8 situation. Offsides against the Arvin Bears. That's a nice penalty for West High to be 43.
And that's a good call to change the cadence like that, to get them to jump off and get a shorter 3rd down approach. 3rd down and 5 or 6, they can still make an opportunity to run.
Our camera guys are moonstruck tonight. 3rd down short 4, 2:40 to play, first quarter. Someone looking over the defense. Arvin showing blitz, and I think Arvin might have been offsides again. So the cadence that someone is using is throwing off the Arvin Bears defense. And 2 consecutive 5-yard penalties against the Bears. It'll be 1st and 10 for Arvin. 1st and 10 for West High, I should say.
And Coach Chandler's not going to be happy about that. Traditionally, his teams don't make a lot of mistakes or penalties. When you're a little smaller than other teams, you can't make those penalties and unforced mistakes like that.
They had a couple of mental mistakes in a row, and they give West High the first down. It was 3rd and 8. Back-to-back 5-yard penalties, 1st and 10 for the Vikings at their own 44-yard line. West High trying to mount a drive here late in the first quarter with 2:38 to play. Looking at the sidelines. West High with a big offensive line and bigger on both sides of the ball. Would like to wear down Arvin front as the game progresses. 2 receivers to the left for Sumner. Had another penalty flag. Number 12 for West High was in motion that time. And that is Michael Sullivan. Just caught a couple of passes. And another walk-off against Arvin. 3 consecutive offside penalties against Arvin. I don't think I've ever seen that.
No, Mark, I think what they're going off of is Bryson Sumner's leg. He's moving that leg to send the guy in motion, and I think the linemen are seeing that movement and coming across the line.
Whatever he's doing is working against the Arvin Bears defense. Sullivan in motion. Sullivan to throw. He might get hit from behind. Gets away momentarily. Stays on his feet. Has a first down. Cuts back and more. First and 10 for West High inside the Arvin 40-yard line. As Sullivan takes off. Makes a great cutback and shows his balance and his speed.
And that's where Bryson Sumner's at his best. The Cordell Stewart slash mode. He's going for a pass, it's a broken play. He just does what he does best. He's a natural runner and just runs the ball.
That's what PHS did with James McGill last year. Went back to pass, and those were actually running plays. You may see the play there. He's looking downfield, gets away. A guy's trying to tackle him from behind, stays on his feet, shows great balance. Then has a great cutback. Seeing the field that time with a great vision. And gains a good yard for West High. Someone split backs behind him. Sullivan in motion. Here's the first man throw. He's going to go the distance. Touchdown, West High. Number 22, Glenn Colbert. Nobody was there for the Arvin Bears. Quick opener.
And that's that veer offense right there, Mark. You're so worried about Sumlin and McCullough outside. Colbert gets it. He goes up the middle. He breaks it for the big touchdown.
Last week when PHS played De La Salle, they run the veer to perfection. They gave the ball to Williams on plays like that. Generally, he ran over one person and he was gone.
Yeah, and that quick hitter, when you hit that dive, man, whoever has that assignment, if they're not there, that guy's going to have a full head of steam to run.
West High back in the game at 7-6. 3:18 is up. And it is good. David Dish with the extra point for West High. As the Vikings 7, Arvin Bears 7. 1:44 left in the first quarter. So the defense does the trick.
Here it is. We got the veer. We got Colbert with the ball. He's up the middle. Nobody touched him, and now he just heads to the end zone.
And he feels like dancing his way into the end zone. He's got a great number, 32.
A lot of greats have worn that number. As you can see, nobody's around them. Tie ball game. West High 7, Arvin 7.
And they completely fooled the Arvin Bears defense on that play. That was set up by the fine run of someone. Then we have to give credit for the defense. After that fumble, the defense held Arvin to no points when Arvin had the ball inside the 20. But then, of course, remember the time when West High went for it on 4th down and was stopped inside their own territory. So you talk about defense being a key for West High, keeping them in the game. Now, momentum is on their side.
Oh, yeah, and I think we're going to see tonight momentum swing back and forth because both teams have the ability to make some big plays.
And, of course, Arvin helped out West High with those 3 consecutive offside penalties.
Yes.
In fact, one gave West High first down. And there's a kickoff. Both teams have scored here in the first quarter. Number 1 takes a kick for the Arvin Bears. Rafael Torres, number 1. And Arvin has fairly good field position across the 40-yard line. They'll mark it at the 35 and 46, first and 10 for the Bears. So Arvin struck very quickly on the big play from Yarborough to his wingback. as West High's done a good job containing Jason Ryder so far. West High a little bit more methodical. Their defense held Arvin a couple of times. West High helped out by the penalties against the Bears, and then they break loose for the big play with Colbert. Spread up the middle. Segoviano with a nice run for Arvin, the fullback. Had 8 or 9 yards on the play. And many times the Arvin fullback in their formation can sneak for 8 and 10 yards because usually the tailback is a big runner. And the defense is so keen on the tailback that the fullback slides through. They always have, as we talked about, very quick fullbacks in the offense.
That's an excellent observation.
I remember last year and the year before, the fullbacks were very good runners. They get the ball a lot. Ryder on the pitch. They hit him hard. Breaks a couple of tackles going the other way. Hit and driven out of bounds. A flag is down. I think about 5 West High Vikings had a chance to get Ryder for a loss. He kept his feet away from him. He ran quite a bit on the play, did not gain any yardage, but the penalty might be against the Arvin Bears.
And Mark, he may not have gained the yards on that, but he stopped a big loss with his ability to escape defenders, and he turns it into at least a game, but it looks like it might come against him because of another penalty for Arvin.
And that's somewhat unusual. Arvin all of a sudden with plagued by penalties in this game. They've had quite a few here in the last part of this quarter, 48 seconds left. And now they're starting their drive back to being pushed back inside their 30-yard line. And West High will take it. Talking about 2nd and 15 for Arvin. Segoviano with Ryder in the backfield behind Yarborough. Nunez wide right. Yarborough will throw. Screen play. It's Ryder. Cuts inside of a man. Gets close to the initial line of scrimmage. Past that. Maybe 3rd down, maybe 5 for Arvin. So a nice screen by the Bears. West High containing it. 3rd down as the clock begins to wind down here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Mark, and like you said earlier in the telecast, Ryder's going to beat you in many different ways. That time it's a screen pass. West High comes up, they dump it off to him, and he makes it now to his 3rd down and short as opposed to 3rd and long.
He's able to get by David Bishop, number 4, to gain some extra yardage. 3rd and 5, 3rd down long 4 for Arvin. The ball on the left hash mark. Yarborough rolling to his right. Will he run it? Will he throw it? He decides to run it. Fumbles the ball! But I don't think West High had possession. He was hit hard by Hatton and company. He fumbled, but the Vikings did not have possession of the ball before it went out of bounds. But it's 4th down for Arvin Bears.
4th down, they're bringing out the punt team, which I think is a good call right now for them to bring the punt team out.
Seven
7-7 ball game.
And that is the end of
That's the end of the first quarter. The score Arvin 7, West 7. You're watching the Prep Football Game of the Week on CNSI, Time Warner Cable, Channel 52.
Oh, no. No. What are you doing? Give me the bag. Stance is all wrong. Check this out. Come to Papa.
The Saturn wagon. With easy to maintain, dent-resistant doors.
Woo. Good pitch. I'll see you guys later.
I'm Ray Mish, and I know grief comes in many forms. Over the past 40 years, the Mish family has given compassionate, understanding services to thousands of grieving families. The Mish family can provide all needs regardless of your traditions. It may be traditional funeral services or cremation, even counseling for pre-arranged funeral plans. We have 2 locations in Oildale and the Southwest just to help you, and that makes a whole lot of difference.
Quarter of play. Arvin 7, West High 7 from West High School. Arvin Bears scored first in the game tonight on a long pass play from Yarborough to Nunez. Colbert scores West High his first touchdown on a quick opener. West High defense has been playing very tough since that initial score by Arvin. In fact, Arvin has been plagued by their own mistakes and penalties for the last part of the first quarter.
Yeah, they ended that first quarter with some penalties on defense and on offense to put them in some situations that made it difficult to have success in this first quarter.
In fact, the last time Arvin had the ball, they basically moved backwards due to some of the penalties, and West High contained the screen pass to Jason Grider and also the running plays. Sumlin, a quarterback for West. Sullivan in motion for the Vikings. Long count. Bad pitch to his running back. Number 22 fights his way across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Good piece of running by number 22. Baxby for West High on the poor pitch by Sumlin, but he did a good job getting it back close to the line of scrimmage. Can't have a bad pitch when you're inside the 20-yard line.
Yeah, and he made it, like you said, he did a good job of getting the ball back close to the line of scrimmage. Second down, West High just needs to settle down and keep the momentum on their side. There's the pitch, and the ball's on the ground.
Ricky
Watch
Horn
Colbert get it.
did a good job getting
Makes a couple
back.
people missed and gets close back to the original line of scrimmage.
Ricky Horn wide left, someone to throw. Rolls to his left, looking for Horn. Beautiful pass. A little bit too deep. Contact, but they're not calling anything. Contact between Horn and Grider. But the pass was overthrown by someone as he was looking for Horn the entire way. Good coverage by Jason Grider. And we will be mentioning his name quite a bit tonight. This guy had 5 touchdowns last week. He scored 6 this year. He's had a couple of extra points. He scored 40 this season for Arvin. So if you can contain him, you have a great chance of beating the Arvin Bears. If you want it to be a low-scoring game. 3rd and 12 for West High. Split back, someone looking left. His pass complete. Number 9 gets away from a couple of Arvin Bears and scoots forward for about 2 or 3 yards. It'll be 4th down for West High. So a great defense by Arvin. Keegan Bolden, the receiver for West. But those plays are not fooling the Arvin defense too much so far tonight.
No, they're not, but you see Keon made a guy miss, so obviously Coach Manning knows that he has a guy that can catch the ball, maybe make a big play happen.
Don't you prefer to throw the ball north to south? Let's try to hit the tight ends. I know we have a double tight end set West High. I prefer to throw it at least 4 or 5 yards upfield, not the sideline passes. Those are somewhat dangerous to throw for a guy who's not used to being a quarterback. And they can pick up. The punt is blocked by Arvin, and they recover at the 5-yard line. Colbert had trouble getting it off. It was blocked by number 44 for the Arvin Bears. And recovered by the Bears deep. In West Side territory, 44 is Tony Alvarez. And it was recovered by Wayne Twifford, number 55. So Arvin first and goal at the West High 7-yard line.
And one more time, the defense for West has to come through with a big series to at least keep them at the minimum of 3 points.
You're going to see that coming a block. Grider tailback. Yarborough quarter, pitch back Jason Grider. Cuts back to the 5. Lanes forward to the goal line. And they're calling it a touchdown. He was over the plane. I thought he might be short. Touchdown for Arvin Bear, 7 yards for Jason Grider. So he has his first touchdown of the night. And the turnover is costly for West.
Yeah, it was. You can't keep giving Arvin a chance at making big plays like this and turn them into points with a guy like Grider on the field.
When you block a punt, you recover the ball at the other team's 7-yard line, you should score something. Bad snap. Arvin kicker throws it into the end zone, has a man, they're incomplete. He almost scored 2 points on a botched up attempt. Unbelievable. Andy Cantu, the kicker, picked up the ball, rolled to his right, threw it into the end zone, and had a chance of the 2 points. But they were not successful. 13-7 Arvin. 10 minutes to play in the second quarter.
And Mark, that could be a big play in this game. With a tight game like this, you don't want to take a chance on missing your extra points or 2-point conversions, although they weren't going for that in that particular play. Here's the replay of the touchdown right now. They give it to Grider coming into the living room right here, just cutting straight up field, and then has just a nose for the goal line, puts it over.
Yeah, great backs always have that nose. They get to the 3 or 4 yard line. They either power over somebody or they just dive forward. They know how to get over the plane.
Yeah, they just have a natural instinct. There's nothing you can do about coaching it. They just have an instinct to get the ball across the goal.
You just have the idea, I'm not going to be stopped. But if the guy's about 6'7", 300, he may have some say in that.
He just might run around him then.
Okay, Arvin kicking off with a 6-point lead over West High. West High has actually had a fumble on a punt. This time they have a block punt. The fumble on a punt was inside their 20. Arvin did not score, but this time they had a block punt at their own 7-yard line. That's a little bit too deep in their own territory to not allow Arvin High to score. It's only a 7-yard drive for Arvin. You can't let them cut down the field that much, that's for sure.
No, when they made mistakes last week with turnovers, if they continue to do this, it's going to be a hard game for them to win.
Someone takes the ball to the other side, 30-yard line, cuts back to the 35. Jones straight to the 40 midfield, 51 man to beat, and knocked out of bounds. Someone, a very exciting player, takes it across midfield into Arvin territory.
And we have another special all-around player. This guy's the quarterback. He's the safety. He's on punts. He's doing it all. And right there, he makes a big play for West. Here he is cutting up the field right here. He goes to the outside, gets a good block, makes a move on 55 with a little stutter, freezes him.
Barely even touched him.
Now here he goes cutting back, and he's going to head upfield.
Look at the number of Arvin players just diving and coming up with air. There's about 3 bears that just came up with air.
And it's hard to tackle a guy that's that elusive. You really got to break down and just let him run into you. He'll make you look real silly if you
have to
try
show
to
a
run.
little more containment in your tackling than trying to make a diving tackle.
Yes.
1st and 10, someone. Straight up the middle. And a good gain of 5 or 6 yards on that veer play.
And this time they go to McCullough, and he breaks 6 or 7 yards on the run. That's a good play for West.
Coach Manning's very impressed with him. He said he's very quick, he's aggressive, and he said he's a very tough football player.
Yes,
25.
Yes, he is. And he's, as time goes on, Bryson, McCullough, and Colbert will really work well together. I think we'll see good things out of them as the year goes on.
As we mentioned, Colbert's a transfer from Centennial, so he's new to this program. He has about 150 yards this year. McCullough again up the middle, 1st down for West High. Look good running to the right side. McCullough takes it to about the 30-yard line, 1st and 10 for West High.
And you can see his strength. At 5'8", 175, he's a strong guy. He's carrying that ball, and he's running strong.
And we have like David Stevens, number 47, one tight end, who's 6'2", 230. Josh Haddon, 6'7", 240. You have a tackle who's 280. The other guys are around 200, so he has some quickness combined with size on that line. Split backs. Selman to Colbert. Hit immediately, dives forward for about 1 or 2 yards. The West High beginning to move the ball a little bit on the ground now.
You can start to see him get a little rhythm. And this is the dangerous thing about the veer. You go dive, dive, dive. The next thing you know, you got someone keeping the ball. And now he's really dangerous. He has a pitch man, or he can cut up and make a guy miss.
In other words, a lot of these plays are just a setup for someone to do something to the outside.
That's what I would expect.
Or play action.
That's what I would expect.
Someone pitch back. Slough on the outside, cuts back. Good move. 1st down for Arvin. In Arvin territory, the tackle by Grider. As West High running back inside the 20 to about the 18-yard line. He is a difficult man to bring down. Has a great balance at 5'8". You see a flag down, but 5'8", 175, he's strong. He's a bit low to the ground, so he can kind of dive underneath you, kind of scoop left and right. Unfortunately, it's against the Vikings, a clip. So that negates that 1st down inside the 20-yard line.
And Mark, here's what you're talking about. He's on the outside, he cuts up underneath the guy. Another guy misses, then he ducks under another one. And there's a good tackle by Grider.
Unfortunately, I think the call was against Sullivan, who made a block from behind. And that was right in front of the running back. And, of course, right in front of the official. It's okay to do it, the official can't see it. 7:51 to play in the 2nd quarter. 13-7 Arvin. Play action. Someone rolling to his left now. Looking deep. Grider back there. Incomplete. Grider playing center field. Kind of let the ball come to him, but it was knocked away. The intended receiver, number 9 for West High, and that would be Bolden, had a shot at it.
And Bolden almost pulled the play off. He did a good job of breaking his route off and going back to try to make the catch. He almost pulled it off. And then Grider almost got interception.
Grider's upset that he didn't get an interception. Well, great players like to make all the plays.
And here's the pass by Sumlin. The ball's in the air. We'll see Bolden cut off his route and come back, and he barely touched his hands and barely missed it. Both guys touched it.
Sullivan in motion for West High. Third and long for the Vikings. Colbert, great break to the outside, now cuts back in. Good run. He's up to about the 25-yard line. It'll be 5 or 6 yards shy of a first down, but Colbert showing some nifty moves for West High. They'll probably go for it on this 4th down situation.
And here's Colbert cutting upfield. He breaks through a tackle. Grider wraps him up high, and good tackle, and he picks up some yardage. And again, they go back to that dive play, and that's been their money play tonight.
But Grider in on a lot of tackles for Arvin tonight. But when your safeties make a lot of tackles, that means that the other team is gaining yards on the ground.
Are you surprised at this call going for it on 4th down?
I'm not. I think they're too far for field goal, too close for a punt. Long count for Sumlin. Rolling to his right. Look for his protection. The flag is down. The pass incomplete. Almost picked off by Grider or Alvarez for Arvin. Now the penalty flag down on the far side.
Yeah, we got a penalty flag. It's probably going to be on the guy in motion. As he came in motion, he started leaning toward the line. As a motion guy, you can never lean towards the line of scrimmage.
Well, it's going to be 1st and 10 for Arvin, so at any rate, that play does not turn out to be successful for the West High Vikings. They're down 13-7 with 6:49 to play in the first half of a very competitive game. We talked about West High's defense doing a good job, but once again, West High has committed a couple of costly turnovers. One hurt them severely, the last touchdown for Arvin. You can't do that. Arvin helped out West with a couple of penalties in that one drive. High formation for Arvin Bears. And Brent Yarborough, quarterback. Split backs behind him. 2-step drop, his pass, incomplete.
And that was a good defensive play by Ricky Horn. The receiver ran a slant on him. The ball was thrown good, and he just broke down from behind and knocked the ball out.
Nunez, the intended receiver, he caught that touchdown pass for Arvin, wingback. And so the defense was behind him that time on a throw by Yarborough. Yarborough at 6'2", 170, has a good arm. The junior quarterback for the Arvin Bears. Nunez coming wide left. Play action, Yarborough to throw. His pass complete on the far side of 85 is big tight end. Puts his head down. Has a first down for Arvin Bears. That's David Leary. 6'5", 230 pounds, number 85 for Arvin Bears. David Leary with the reception.
And like you said just a few seconds ago, Yarborough has a good arm. When he's had time to throw the ball, he's made nice throws, a lot of zip on his ball, and it's a catchable ball. It's right there where the receivers can pick it out of the air.
Well, Arvin has always liked to throw the ball. They've had many outstanding passing attacks in the past. On the right hash mark might be the reverse pitch back. Got a reverse, gain some yards, thrown down. Number 40, Cody Ballard with a slam, a body slam for West High. Cody at 6'4", 255. I remember when he was a sophomore, he was starting at fullback for West High. Now he's primarily used on defense. They may use him in short yard situations. But he took care of that play. It looked like it was going somewhere. As Nunez got the pitch on the reverse, I thought he had a chance of gaining the first down, but Ballard was in the right place at the right time, containing, staying near his defensive end slot on the right side.
And we see Coach Chamberlain open up the offense now.
That's 2nd and 5 for the Arvin Bears. High formation behind Yarborough. Ryder, spin move. Hit thrown down from behind. That's Josh Hatton. Big country. Getting a hold of Grider and throwing him down. And 3rd and 3, it looked like on that play, Grider had a chance to gain more yardage.
And Big Country shut it down. Guy that size takes up a lot of space, and he did his job right there.
So the last 2 plays, we've seen the big defensive ends for West High make the tackles, battled on this side, and Hatton on the other side. 2 bookends for West High. 3rd and 3 for the Vikings. On defense against Arvin. Garber rolling to his right. His pass complete. First down for the Bears. Segoviano with the reception. He's inside the 40 to about the 35 of West High. So Yarborough getting away from the rush, flipping a nice short pass off to the right side.
And that passing play in the flat has been open. And we'll see right here. Yarborough sees his man in the flats. He hits him. Good play by the receiver to catch the ball. Good move. And then he gets upfield and gets the first down.
As a fullback for Arvin, he can do a lot of things. Run up the middle block. And there's a good receiver coming out of the backfield. Segoviano. And Grider. Yarborough the pass. Complete to Nunez. Close to the first down marker. As they come back to this side. That is Mario Morales, I should say, number 19 for Arvin with the reception. And the Bears showing some versatility on offense. Passing right and left. Grider, slot left for the Bears. Line up on the left hash mark at 2nd and 1. Yarborough to throw. Looking for the end zone, incomplete. Grider, the intended receiver, number 4. Morales, 19 over there. On a coverage for West High, number 2. That'll be Abel Osuna for West High. 3rd and 1 for Arvin, so they went on 2nd and 1. Good call.
That's a great call, 2nd and 1. You only have 1 yard to get for a first down. You're close to the red zone. Throw the ball to the end zone. Throw to your bread and butter guy, which is Grider, and see if you can make a big play. It's a great call by Coach Chamberlain and his staff.
Okay, Arvin facing 3rd down, 3rd and 1 from the West 25-yard line. Segoviano and Grider in the backfield. Grider with the ball, has the first down, dives across the 25 to about the 24-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Arvin Bears as they continue this drive.
And we might have another penalty on West High, maybe for piling on.
Arvin leads at 13-7 over West. 3:49 to play in the first half. A personal foul against West High. Something they don't need at this juncture of the second quarter.
We'll see it right here. Yarborough lost the ball. He picked it up, and he had a couple guys come on late, and that's what the penalty's for.
And there comes the flag.
And Arvin dodged a bullet right there because Yarborough lost the ball on his way down to the ground.
So 1st and 10 for Arvin at the 11-yard line. They can get a first down by going to the 1. So it's not the same as a 1st and goal situation. Yarborough looking over the defense, the junior. Grider at the right side slices his way to about the 7 or 8 yard line as he tries to cut from right to left against that West High defense. 2nd down, 2nd and 8 for the Arvin Bears.
This is the first time we've seen Arvin really drive against this defense. This defense right now is just play within themselves and suck it up and try to make 2 more big plays.
Morales wide right for Arvin. Goviano, slot right. Yarborough looking to his right, now rolling out under heavy pressure. That hit it, dropped. He wanted to unload it, but he could not make the play. Number 68, Peck, who had a big game against last week. He had 7 tackles and a couple of sacks. And I think that was against Hanford, his big game. He came in from nowhere and slammed the quarterback to the turf. Josh Hatton coming out of the game for West High, shaking up just a little bit, number 45.
That was a good play. We got to give some credit to the coverage by West High right there. He had nobody to throw to, took too much time, and West High lineman made a sack.
3rd and long for Arvin. 3rd and 14. Yarbrough play action. They come from the backside. Yarbrough cannot unload it and takes a sack. The blitz by David Dish, number 4 for West High. And 2 consecutive sacks on Yarbrough. That'll be 4th and long for Arvin. It came from the backside. Yarbrough never saw him.
And Coach Manning's defense again, when it came down, they sucked it up and made 2 big plays. Just like we said earlier, 2 sacks. They're forcing the field goal. They can get some pressure, maybe block this, or have it miss again. The defense is held up one more time.
Morale's holding on this field goal attempt. And the kick is a line drive. It is no good, wide to left. Carlos Gomez with the attempt by Arvin. So West High continues to dodge a couple of bullets tonight. And they're only down 13-7 with 1:44 left in the second quarter. Even though they've been outplayed by Arvin throughout this first half. So the turnovers for West have proved costly against them, and they've been able to hang in there.
And both teams have had a problem, whether it be penalties or turnovers. We've seen Arvin penalties kill an offensive drive and a defensive stop.
And, of course, those were set up by West High's defense. 2 consecutive sacks from Yarbrough. We've made it a long field goal for the Bears. McLeod, a ball carrier for West High off the right side. Maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, number 25. Clock running down, about 1:25 to play in the first half. 6-point lead for the Arvin Bears. And we should have a great second half here from West High School. West High's defense keeping them close in this game. Sullivan wide left for the Vikings. Maybe too much time, a delay of game against the Vikings. As the ball was given to number 25, McLeod for West. The flag was thrown on the far side. It's going to be against the Vikings. 5 yards will push them back a little bit. 1:04 to play. They're in the second quarter. And West High at their own 17-yard line. 2nd and 14 for the Vikings. So I don't think they want to be too adventurous down here.
You know, right now you've had some mistakes. Let's see if we just run the ball out and get into the half.
Colbert, the ball carried to the left side across the 20 to about the 22-yard line on a nice, safe run. Maybe 3rd and 10 for West High, 3rd and 9. 4 yards. Clock continues to run. This may be the final play of the first half. West does not want to punt it down here. Remember, they had one block earlier in the game.
And I say go for the dive again. That way you only got one handoff. You don't have to worry about a bad pitch or anything like that. Just hand the ball off and go in.
Someone rolling to his right. Takes a pitch, hit hard, goes down. And that should be the final play of the first half. And the clock continues to run. And the score at the half, it is Arvin 13, West High 7. You're watching the Prep Football Game of the Week right here on CNSI. Time Warner Cable, Channel 52.
I'm Ray Mish, and I know grief comes in many forms. Over the past 40 years, the Mish family has given compassionate, understanding services to thousands of grieving families. The Mish family can provide all needs regardless of your traditions. It may be traditional funeral services or cremation, even counseling or pre-arranged funeral plans. We have 2 locations in Oildale and the Southwest just to help you, and that makes a whole lot of difference.
I'm sitting across from a person who's getting ready to write a large sum of money for an automobile, and I've purchased vehicles before, and I know exactly what they're going through. It can be nerve-wracking. The no hassle, no haggle price allows Saturn to be so much at ease with the customer and allows us to treat everyone so fair. It really doesn't matter whether you do a short-term lease, a long-term lease, short-term financing, long-term financing, or cash. Once you're in the Saturn family, you're in the Saturn family. I am going to see this person again. You see them at the supermarket, and you see them in a restaurant, so we want to make sure they are completely comfortable with the entire process.
The West High band at halftime with the score, Arvin 13, West High 7. West High Regiment Band, an award-winning band from West High School.
Hello, I'm Lawrence Stroop from Century 21 Stroop Realtors, and I'd like to invite you to watch our home preview show on Tuesdays through Friday at 7 p.m. and on Saturdays at 1 p.m. That's on Channel 11. It's a showcase of homes for sale in and around Kern County with a description of the home, its location, an estimate on the monthly payment, interest rates, and cash to close. It's shopping from the convenience of your own home, so tune in to Century 21 Stroop Realtors home preview show and find the home of your dreams.
And we begin the third quarter of action from West High School with Arvin holding a 6-point lead over the Vikings, 13-7. West High has the ball at their own 25-yard line as they move left to right in this quarter. West in green and gold, green and yellow, Arvin white with red letters. Someone, a quarterback for West High, split back behind him. Long count. Ball given to the Mers man through. Someone keeps the ball actually. Loses 5. Now gains 10. Great spin move to the other side. Stays on his feet. Great run by someone. About a 25-yard pickup by someone. I thought he gave the ball to the first man through.
And that's what we were talking about earlier about that dive. He set it up. He gets it. He has everybody thinking the dive man has it. Someone has it. Then he just makes a run on pure desire.
What's amazing on that play, looked like they had a chance to drop him for about a 5 or 6 yard loss. He broke loose from there, and they tried to throw him down. He broke loose again. He's a difficult man to bring down when he gets to the open field.
Yes, he is.
Sumlin West with a first down at Arvin territory at the 47-yard line. So someone making something out of nothing. And a veer attack for West High. Sullivan in motion. Pitch back, Colbert, left side. Nice cut move. Has about a 5 or 6 yard gain.
He runs it about 7 yards, making it
2nd and 3 for West High.
Number 11, Brent Yarbrough.
Yarbrough making the tackle, playing some DB for Arvin, the quarterback.
Colbert takes the ball to the fair 40-yard line.
West High on the move, trying to get a scoring opportunity here early in the third quarter. Down by 6 against Arvin. Burrow and Alvarez the corners. Ryder at safety. Pitch back to McSlough. And he is thrown down by a slew of Arvin Bears. Closest man there, Tony Alvarez, number 1, who came up very quickly from his corner position. Rafael Torres did the rest of the work for Arvin.
And Mark, that time they tried a quick pitch to the other side, to the wide side, and Arvin got good penetration and got out there and made a nice tackle for put West High in a third down situation, which at this point has been favoring Arvin.
10:09 to play in the third quarter. West High with the ball third and a long 7 at the Arvin 45-yard line. And the fans are into it here at West High after they saw the West High Regiment Band perform at halftime. And only down by 6, West High has a great shot in this ball game tonight, thanks to a very tough and stingy defense. Hopefully the offense can keep control of the ball.
This is a big third down for West High's offense to get some momentum. You don't want to give Arvin a chance to make a play on defense.
Someone gives the ball to Colbert, and he's met by a number of Arvin Bears. He went nowhere except down.
Number 22, Victor Segoviano, and number 50, Carlos Gilman is on staff.
Segoviano combining on the tackle for Arvin. It's 4th down for West. Brought in Torres back deep for the Arvin Bears. Colbert with a punt, end over end. Comes to Grider. Slips one tackle and slips down himself. Across the 10 at about the 14-yard line. Jason Grider unable to break loose for the Arvin Bears. It'll be 1st and 10 for Arvin deep in their own territory at the 14 as they try to gain on a 13-7 advantage.
Yeah, and again, you punt to a guy like Grider that's very dangerous. You see he made the first man miss. He just happened to slip on the turf on his own, or it might have been another big play for him tonight.
And you want to contain on the punt team because he has the ability to slip past about the first 5 guys and then take the distance. So you have to contain when you're going down and tackle him. Grider with the ball, nice opening. close to the first down marker, running behind that offensive line. And Grider clapping his hands. He's pumped up. Gets across the 20-yard line to about the 23. It is a first down for Arvin. 1st and 10 for the Bears.
And we've seen both big guns for each team come out in this second half and make 2 big plays. Bryson with the big play to get almost in half field. And then now we just seen Grider.
Nunez Morales wide left for Arvin. It's a hand of the saw. Goviano, he is hit hard by Beck. Heck, number 68, 6'2", 235. One-on-one tackle on Goviano, the fullback. And they brought him down. 68, who had a big game against Hanford. 7 tackles, a couple of sacks. Looking good tonight. Morales wide left. Nunez wide right for Arvin. Split backs behind Yarborough, and the flag is down. 8:09 to play in the third quarter. Arvin Bears 13 and West High 7. Action from West High on CNNSI, Time Warner Cable, Channel 52. Next week, our prep football game of the week is a big one. Bakersfield High at Centennial.
Yeah, and that's going to be a big game. You got both teams that have a rivalry that's been pending since Centennial's been playing them, and they want to get each other early. You never know, they might meet again in the playoffs.
Well, they met twice last year with BHS winning the playoff game in the rain at Centennial. Centennial won the first encounter. In fact, they won 2 straight against BHS. They are 2-2 overall in a very short series. Yarborough under heavy rush, tries to unload it, but he can't. Cody Ballard has him back there. Ballard, number 40 in his face, would not let Yarborough get around the outside. Also give credit to number 4 for West High, applying the pressure. David Dish, the linebacker. He made it possible for Ballard to do his job.
And the front 7 for West High up front have done a great job tonight. That's their 3rd or 4th sack we've seen tonight. They've been getting pressure on them. And they're just going to keep making big play after big play every time West High is needed.
Haddon Ballard, the big defensive end for West. 3rd and long. 3rd and an eternity for Arvin. Yarborough, draw play to Grider. Has some running room across the 10, 20-yard line. Does not slip a tackle of number 9 for West High. Kean Bolden with the 9 tackle on Grider. After pick up about 12 or 13 yards, it'll be 4th down for Arvin.
And that was a good call by Coach Chamberlain. You do the draw play, 3rd and long, in your own territory. You want to play field position. We hand off on the draw. If we get stuffed, we punt it. We got a good back. He might make a big play and pick up a 1st down, which he almost did.
Well, he picked up 15 yards, but a nice tackle by Bolden. And on a play like that, you're kind of playing the prevent defense. Grider has some room to operate, and he can make things happen.
Yeah.
Grider back there in punt formation for Arvin.
And the last few punts he's had kind of short. West High back men should come up a little bit.
That was very short. Touched by West High at midfield. And now a flag is down. It was touched by number 44, Jesse Williams of West. It was a line drive punt by Grider, kind of popped into the air. Williams touching in the air.
And that's almost the 2nd miscue we've seen tonight. Those upmen have to be, they see that ball kick short. They have to work on it in practice. But they have to wave the guys off and tell them to get out the way.
Well, Arvin recovers that ball. After he touches it, Arvin recovers it's their ball.
It's their ball.
Now, a personal foul is against Arvin. And this is a big one, 15 yards. So the Bears kicking themselves for this penalty. They had about 3 penalties in succession, back-to-back 5 yards, which aided West High in their only touchdown drive. Now West is excellent field position deep in Arvin territory.
And we've seen penalties defeat Arvin and turnovers defeat West tonight, and it's kept this game close.
West on the ball. Sumlin on the keeper. Cuts back, good move. 25, 20, stays on his feet. 1st and 10 for West inside the 15-yard line. The tackle by Tony Alvarez, but Sumlin gaining some big yards for the Vikings.
And it looks like that play's going to be open for them. They've hit so many times in that dive that now the Arvin defense is concentrating on that dive play, and you have Sumlin as the quarterback faking the pitch and cutting up field. So you should see the pitch man open up as well now.
He is definitely an excellent runner. Has an added dimension for West High in their backfield. 1st and 10 to 15. Someone to Colbert up the middle. Good opening. Touchdown, West High! We talked about the inside hand for West High and someone going right with the fun. When they come back the other way left, and that play is open once again for Colbert, just like it was for the other touchdown run.
Yeah. When that veer's running good, you have that dive working, and it all goes off that dive. The dive is hitting early, then you have the quarterback and the pitch. And when the quarterback and pitch is as dangerous as a guy like Sumlin, they can't take away everything, so that the dive opens back up and another touchdown for Colbert.
And he knew what to do with it. PAT attempt is up. It is good. Number 4 of the PAT. David Gish for West High. The Vikings have the lead 14-13.
And we're seeing now that missed field goal opportunity on the must snap by Arvin that turned to almost a 2-point conversion play. Puts them down by 1 right now.
Well, the West High defense did a great job on Arvin with a sack of the quarterback. Pushed Arvin back deep into the territory, even though Ryder was able to run the ball 15 yards to about the 20-yard line. He had a very short kick once again tonight. West High recovers, but they're aided by the 15-yard penalty against Arvin. That cuts down the field. You have the great one by Sumlin, sets up the run by Colbert off the left side. So a lot of little things add up in a football game.
And they always do. Rarely is it just a lot of big things. You know, last week we saw a lot of big plays that opened a game, but most games it's going to be small things.
That's because that was De La Salle.
Yeah, that's true too. But it's going to be small things like penalties and turnovers, a ball hitting a punt returner, or a blocked punt.
Okay, you West High Viking fans, let's get up for the kickoff.
Well, we had a block punt tonight that was recovered by Arvin at the West High 7-yard line. Grider ran in after that. Another play where West High Viking was trying to block, and Arvin barely the ball, hit him on the back of the foot. Now Arvin recovered inside the 20, but West High stopped him. And another time, remember, early in the game, West High went for it in their own territory. They were stopped, but Arvin could not score that time. Arvin scored on the long play, and then a 7-yarder. Kickoff coming to the Arvin Bears, down 14-13. Fine tackle by number 12, Sullivan for West High. Number 12 of the tackle, Sullivan, who does a lot of effort on offense for West High. And the Vikings definitely pumped up, as are their fans, with that 1-point lead.
And again, we're seeing Mr. Momentum switch back to the side of West. It'll be important for Coach Chamberlain and his Bears to come out and sustain the drive, or at least keep the defense off the field.
West High looks like they're playing BHS tonight.
They're just playing good football right now, no matter who they're playing.
Morales wide to the left for Arvin. Nunez wide right, I formation behind Yarborough. Play action, the throw, and a pass is complete. Great catch by number 84 on the far side. That is Cantu, Ernie Cantu. He's 6'5", 245, so both tight ends have had nice catches for Arvin tonight.
And again, they've been wide open in the flats. This is the second or third time we've seen this. They've dropped one, but they've caught 3. Their money play tonight has been hitting the flats. West has been the dive.
84, Leary 85. Yarborough rolls out. The tight ends are wide open. He kind of throws it out there, and they make fingertip catches. So they go to the right side for the first down, 1st and 10 for Arvin. Ball the right hash mark.
Yarborough hands it off.
Yarborough gives it off to number 21 for Arvin. Rocky Cruz.
2 yards.
Probably his first carry tonight. Picks up some short yards for the Arvin Bears. And Arvin right now, close to midfield at the 49-yard line.
John
Hatton.
And Daniel Heck on the tackle. On that
Conversion on the tackle for West High. He leaves momentarily, number 45. 2nd and 6 for the Bears. Down 14-13, 4:50 to play in the third quarter. Yarborough looking over the defense. Looking left, now rolls out of the pocket. The pass, incomplete. In and out to the hands of Morales, number 19. He should have had it. It would have been a first down for Arvin, but to no avail.
Yeah, that was another play. Yarborough made a good job of missing this pressure. Threw the ball out, threw a catchable ball. The receiver just didn't make the play, but he'll make it next time.
Brent Yarborough is really becoming a good quarterback. He's only a junior, so he's going to get better as he gets older. The rest of this year and next year. Some pretty good poise out there.
Yes, he is.
And he's been under some heavy rush situations throughout this game. Draw play to Grider. Close to the first down. Another nice call by Chuck Chamberlain. That draw is working very well for the Bears. And it depends where they spot it. Looks like it will be a first down for Arvin. Yes, it is. Remember, it worked for 15 yards before they had a punt. Works for big yards right there, about 10 yards for Grider.
The draw plays and those screens are going to be open against West because the front seven are getting so much pressure upfield that they're going for the quarterback.
Kind of keeps them honest, so to speak. First and 10 for the Bears. They're at the West High 44-yard line. Split backs behind Yarborough. Looking on this side, his pass complete to Morales. Hit hard, goes down, but he hangs on to the ball. That's the kind of play where the quarterback just leaves the wide receiver wide open. You know about that.
Yeah, I definitely know about that. And Morales did a good thing. He caught the ball, he took the hit. Because the one thing you don't want to do as a receiver is lay on the ground, let defense know they can have you. But he hits you, you get back up, you telling him, hey, you gave me a lick, but I'm still ticking.
Dish and Bolden over there, number 4 and 9 respectively for West High. And number 19 knew he was going to be hit. He held onto the ball. 2nd and 5 for the Arvin Bears.
And that's how you bring the wood, Mark. That's bringing the wood.
All right, bring the wood. From the 39 at West High. Jason Grider, right side, has an open. Nice tackle from behind by number 5. Yes, Alex Rivas, linebacker for West, making a great tackle on Jason Grider before he got going. Rivas, one of the backers, along with number 22, Bansley, and David Dish, number 4. Someone 21, Justin Williams 44. The deep man on defense for West High. Osuna number 2, Bolden number 9. 4 and 7 playing some DB for West High. Pitch back to Grider. West strings it out. Grider tries to cut back, and he goes down. Number 44 with a fine play, Jesse Williams.
And again, we see the big West High D. They take a couple licks from Arvin on some plays, but they don't break. They bend, but they don't break, and they come up and they keep making big plays on the defense.
They've really done a magnificent job containing Grider on the sweeps. He's done better on the draw plays. West has showed a lot of speed on defense.
Yeah, they did. They pursued that play very well. Looks like they're going to go for it on 4th down here. This could be a crucial play in this game.
These teams like to go for it. 4th and 4, 2:25 with playing the third. 14-13 West. Arvin with the ball in West territory at the 38-yard line. Yarborough looking over the defense. Straight drop back. Here comes the rush. Screen pass. Segoviano has some runners in front of him. Has the first down. Puts his head down. Goes to the 30. 1st and 10 for the Arvin Bears. The screen to Segoviani. And a flag is down. They're saying it's against West High. Might be a personal foul penalty, as Yarborough was hit hard after he delivered the pass.
And that was a gutsy call. They did a double screen. They used Grider as a decoy. 3 guys went on Grider, and they had the fullback wide open. Nice pass. He stayed in, took a hit.
Roughing the passer against Cody Ballard, number 40.
He took the late hit, stayed in, got the pass in there, and they picked up a 1st down. And again, we've seen another penalty set up a team in good field position to change the score in the game.
And when Ballard hits you, he can hit you hard. But unfortunately, a big mark off against West High. Now Arvin has it at the 15-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Bears. As they take advantage of that penalty. So they have a screen pass, which gains a 1st down. Then they pick up 15 more. From the 15 at 2:04 to play in the 3rd. West linebackers backing up. Grider cuts to the right. He's going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Arvin Bears.
And we've talked about Grider all night long, how dangerous he is. And here it is. It's 3rd down. They get a 15-yard penalty. First time touches the ball. He's up the middle, makes a good move in the hole on the linebackers. And with his speed, he breaks to the outside and scores.
Well, they had Seth Cunningham the last 2 or 3 years as running back for Arvin. Grider, a little bit different runner, but still very effective. And Chuck Chamberlain always seems to come up with skilled players at Arvin. They normally have the biggest offensive or defensive line, but they always have skilled players. Quarterback, wide receiver, they're always very tough.
And it looks like the Arvin Bears are going to go for 2 points here.
Arvin going for 2 with Segoviano. And Grider in the back from behind Yarborough as they lead at 19-14. Yarborough rolling to his right, flips it into the end zone, incomplete. Pass was slightly overthrown to Scoviano. Good pressure by Bolden and company on West High. So a 5-point lead for Arvin with 1:57 to play in the third quarter of a great ball game.
We're having a great contest. We've seen both teams offensively put some things on some points on the board, but we've also seen some defense come up with some big plays. Quite a few penalties on both teams, so it's kind of neutralized the turnovers. But we should be in store for a wild fourth quarter here at the Wild Wild West.
Wild Wild West. Grider takes it to the house. Take a look at the two-point conversion, I guess, attempt in slow motion. Or is that the touchdown?
Oh, here we have the handoff to Grider. He's coming up the hole. The hole's to the left. He sees it. He cuts back. Again, we're talking about the instinct of the good running back.
He gets excited now. He knows he's got the score.
He sees the pay dirt. Now he's going to just make a run for it. He has one guy to miss. He can't get him. And right here, he knows he can't be stopped. Touchdown, Grider.
Maybe that great cut from left to right early in that run. That's when he saw pay dirt. 19-14, Arvin. As the kick off to West High, and the West High throng is getting pumped up here in the second half as the ball goes through the end zone. The first time we've seen that tonight. West will take over their own 20-yard line, 1st and 10. The Vikings moving left to right here late in the third quarter against the Arvin Bears. It was 13-7 Arvin at half. West High took a 14-13 lead, and now Arvin is back on top.
Yeah, Arvin came back. That's what you do. Somebody scores on you, you want to come back and answer.
Right on.
Now we want to see if Sumlin can lead his Vikings back on another answer to Arvin coming back on them.
The Griders had a couple of touchdowns tonight. He has 8 this year in 3 games. Well, not quite 3 games.
Well, he's doing what we thought he would do. He's coming in, he's making plays offensively and defensively.
Someone keeps the ball, pitches back now. The Cobra around the outside to the 30, knocked out of bounds. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Grider knocking him out of bounds. We talked about Jason on offense, on defense, pulling the ball, kicking off. They have to give him a rest every once in a while. And if you're wondering, Jason Grider is the nephew of Dallas Grider, the head coach at Bakersfield College, and a former coach here at West High.
And here's what we were talking about earlier. That dive has set up this play all day. They finally pitched it. You can't stop someone and the dive and the pitch. You got to, unless you're going to be real disciplined and take one man.
And Grider makes the hit out of bounds. Someone straight up the middle. McLeod had a very short game. But usually that's somewhat of a setup run. 2nd and 8. Dallas Griders, we talked about, coach here at West High, had back-to-back Valley championships in the early 80s. Dennis Manning, the head coach at West, played for Dallas Grider. And also on that team was Keith Grider, a teammate, Keith Grider, the younger brother of Dallas Grider, and a teammate of Dennis Manning, so kind of interesting. 2nd and 8 for the Vikings. They've had their glory days. They're trying to get it back. And the count by someone possibly drew Arvin off sides. He worked that successfully in the first half on 3 consecutive occasions, which helped them in one of their touchdown drives. Offsides against Arvin.
And once again, what you're seeing is you're seeing someone get up and use his leg to call the receiver in motion. When that leg is moving, the Arvin players are seeing that movement and reacting. And they have to watch the ball.
Now they're not reacting properly.
No, the ball is your key. You watch the ball if you're on that line, not people.
Keep your eye on the ball. 2nd and 4 for West. Arvin showing blitz. Someone play action over the middle. It is complete. Great call by West High. Number 47 with the catch. David Stevens. 6'2", 230, first down for West.
And that's the first pop pass we've seen to a tight end.
That's what we like.
And that's the play we talked about at halftime, you and I, about hitting that tight end on the pop pass. You fake that dive and you come up. But they have such big tight ends, big targets. You just throw it into his chest and let him wrap it up.
Throw it north-south like someone did that time. Is get it up in the air.
And then the big guy just hauls it in. It's hard to tackle a big guy.
1st and 10 for the Vikings. There goes Colbert, powering his way to about the 35, 34-yard line. As West High getting some rhythm on this drive.
Tackle made by number 70.
And right now we're seeing Coach Manning's offense come alive. Everything in the first half was set up off that dive. And you see he goes to a play, comes back to the dive. Off the dive, he's run Sumlin. He's pitched it, and he's hit a pop pass. So he has 4 or 5 options now that he can do.
I think whoever has the ball last in this game will win it. As we come to the conclusion of the third quarter, Colbert off the left side has an opening. He's going to take it the distance. Touchdown, West High! Touchdown number 3 for Colbert tonight.
This must be his coming out party because he's killing them on this dive play.
Aren't they glad he transferred from Centennial? He's got great speed. Once he gets to the opening, he just has a burst of energy.
He does. He's hitting these dives hard, and like you said, once he gets through, he's turning the afterburners. I mean, nobody's catching him right now.
We talked about last week about those running backs for De La Salle. As the PAT is up, they're going to go for 2. Ahead 20-19. Sumlin rolling to his left, looking towards the end zone, flips it in there. It is picked off. Extra point, no good. Interception by Jason Ryder. West High has a very slim 20-19 lead after 3 quarters. You're watching Prep Football Game of the Week right here on CNNSI, Time Warner Cable, Channel 52.
Oh, no. No. What are you doing? Give me the bat. Stance is all wrong. Check this out. Come to Papa.
The Saturn wagon with easy-to-maintain, dent-resistant doors.
Woo. Good pitch. I'll see you guys later.
I'm Ray Mish, and I know grief comes in many forms. Over the past 40 years, the Mish family has given compassionate, understanding services to thousands of grieving families. The Mish family can provide all needs regardless of your traditions. It may be traditional funeral services or cremation, even counseling for pre-arranged funeral plans. We have 2 locations in Oildale and the Southwest just to help you, and that makes a whole lot of difference.
We begin the fourth quarter of action with a score. West High 20, Arvin 19 from West High School. The kickoff comes to the Arvin Bears, and these teams are answering each other. It was Arvin with a 13-7 lead at the half, and it's been a wild third quarter as we head into the final frontier.
Oh, yeah. And what we're seeing right now, we're seeing the offenses assert themselves. Both offenses have come out and put points on the board.
And what a game for Colbert of West High, not to be outshone by Jason Grider. Colbert with 3 touchdowns tonight. He had 98 yards in his first 2 games. He has a lot more than that tonight. Coviano and Grider in the backfield behind Yarborough for Arvin. Brent Yarborough. Grider, it's a spin move. Picks up 6 and 7 yards to about the 38-yard line. Whoever scans last will win this game.
Oh, whoever doesn't make a mistake. Now, I mean, Yarborough again, he's making a spin move in the middle of the hole. Guy has a chance to tackle him for a loss. And he's just a beautiful runner, beautiful player to watch.
Arvin with the ball, 2nd and 2. Nunez wide right, Yarborough to throw. Looking for Nunez. The ball is incomplete. No flag. Bolden on the coverage, number 9 for West. Back deep. It'll be 3rd and short for Arvin.
And that's the play we saw earlier on that 2nd and short. They put 4 guys out, spread it out, and let the quarterback pick a receiver to throw to. Westtown, that play was very disciplined. All 4 guys were back and waiting for the pass.
They got burned on a similar play early in the game for Arvin's first touchdown on play action. Nunez, slot right for Arvin. Goviano at fullback. With Jason Greider, Jason the ball. Right side has a first down. Puts his head down across the 45 to about the 47. It's a 1st and 10 for the Arvin Bears.
44, Jesse Williams on the tackle for the Vikings.
And
Jesse Williams in on the tackle.
And right now, Coach Chamberlain is doing what he's supposed to do. It's the 4th quarter. He's going to ride his main horse. We've seen Greider now pick up 3rd downs easily. He's getting the ball, he's picking them up, and he's keeping the chains moving.
What doesn't he do out there? 10-5-5 to play the ball game.
I even think he brings water out of timeout.
Setting up for the pitch to Nunez. Looking for another receiver downfield. It's caught by Morales. 1st and 10 for the Arvin Bears at the West High 22-yard line. Morales, the other receiver. Nunez playing the slot. You can see the pitch coming to Nunez. And that's a nice pass to Morales.
And that's the tail end of the play. He catches the play. Catches the ball, I'm sorry. Earlier you talked about Coach Chamberlain's wide open offense. He has a lot of gimmicks, and he's bringing out the whole bag tonight.
Bringing it all out. Bringing out the party favors, Coach Chamberlain. 1st and 10 for the Bears. Pitch back, Jason Greider going outside now to the 20-yard line. The flag is down 25 and out of bounds. But a flag is thrown at the 27-yard line in the Arvin backfield. They might bring it back.
That usually indicates a holding or a clipping of some sort of play like that against the offense when you see it that deep.
You're right. Holding.
Holding on the Arvin Bears.
Mark, when you see those plays being strung out a long time, usually you get the lineman or a receiver chasing the guy laterally and his arms get outside, and it's an easy call for the referee to make.
Notice how Greider has turned up the speed when he turned the corner.
I think he just runs as fast as he needs to run. It's like he's coasting, all of a sudden he turns it on and he's hitting the corner.
22, 23 yards.
When he turned the corner, he really accelerated, but it was called back.
And again, we've seen a penalty. Every time we see these big penalties, it's hurt one team or the other.
Arvin at the 36-yard line. Down by 1 to West High, 20-19. 1st down and 22. Yarborough rolling to his right. And a pass out of the backfield complete. Number 7. And that is Nunez with a fine catch in front of the West High bench. That's the 33-yard line. Horn on the coverage, number 7 for West High.
And that rollout play with Yarborough, where thrown to a receiver in the flats, the fullback and the tight end, has been a good play for Arvin all night long. He throws a nice ball out there. It's a little bit out front, so if it is a mistake, only his guy's going to catch it. He's not behind the guy, so it's an interception and he's running the other way.
Yeah, that's a very difficult pass to throw on the run. You got to really lead the receiver very well. A lot of quarterbacks can't throw that type of pass.
On any level.
In motion. Nunez, play action. Yarborough over the middle, and the coverage knocked away. Almost picked off by West High. As he's looking for Morales at the 15-yard line. A couple of Viking defenders back there knocking it down.
And that's good coverage by the Vikings back there. You had 2 guys, one guy's outside, one guy's inside. They're both converging. Make sure nobody catches it for Arvin.
Now, lady videotaping the game from the West High Viking side. 9:45 to play. Arvin with a 3rd and 17 in West High territory, the 32. Down by 1. Yarborough, straight drop back. Here comes the rush. Screen pass to Greider. 30-yard line, cuts back 25 to the 20. Had a great tackle, but I believe that Jason Greider has a first down for Arvin.
Marker by Jesse Williams.
Jason Williams making the tackle. A shoestring job. Let's move the chains for the Arvin Bears. Let's get that chain game busy.
Here's Greider in the open field. He makes a cut. He sets up his blockers beautifully. And again, we always said he has the instinct. He goes and gets that first down. In the second half, Mark, we've seen Arvin really control the 3rd down battle. In the first half, we saw West High take a lot of third down plays away from them.
1st and 10 for the Bears. They're at the 13-yard line. They can get a first down before scoring. Jason Grider once again cuts back to his left, drives to about the 5-yard line. And Chuck Chamberlain going to his horse, number 4, Jason Grider. He must do a lot of wind sprints in practice.
I don't think he ever gets tired. He's been on every play. And he has just as much energy now. It seems like he has more energy now than he had in the first quarter.
Made some good hits on defense, too. Had an INT. Done some punting tonight. You're right, the great plays seem to pick it up in the 4th quarter.
Oh, yes.
2 receivers wide to the right for Arvin. 2nd and 3. 8:19 to play. Yarborough. Grider up the middle. Powers forward. Touchdown! Arvin Bears. Jason Grider matching Colbert with his 3rd touchdown tonight.
Yeah, it looks like we have a shootout by the running backs here in the Wild Wild West.
Oh, man. He has 9 this year. All-purpose TDs, 9. Game number 3.
Woo. 8 in 2 games. That's amazing.
Except for a pass or two, Grider was the main man for Arvin on that particular drive.
Yeah, he's been the main man in the second half, offensively and defensively.
And Arvin's going to go for 2 with Grider back there with Segoviano. Segoviano up the middle, hit hard, spins his way, and has those 2 points. You talk about drive and determination. Number 22, Victor Segoviano has it. And he picks up a key 2 points for Arvin.
A key 2 points. Now, when West High scores, they kick extra points, a tie game, as opposed to being down 1.
All I can say is he wanted those 2 points. He got hit at the 2 or 1 yard line, spun his way into the end zone. Instead of a 5-point lead, they have a 7-point lead.
And you can see the respect the defense played to Grider that time, because here's a guy who gets the ball, 2-point conversion right here, and he just rolls in. But you see the respect they have for him on 2-point conversion. Fullback has the ball, it's only 1 man tackling. Earlier we saw West High game tackling the ball. So right now they're really concerned about Grider. He's just doing what he does best, and that's just playing ball, Mark.
Well, both teams been answering each other here in the last quarter and a half. Let's see if West High can come back and answer Arvin. The big TD for Arvin after West High is able to gather the lead. Now West High gets themselves back into the game. With 8:14 to play, down by 7. They have to mount a drive against the Arvin Bears defense. Hopefully it can get some kind of run back on this kickoff.
Well, I wouldn't kick it to Bryson Sumlin or Colbert.
Well, I can get some field position. Colbert has it, 15-yard line, 20, 25. Right down to about the 27. 1st and 10 for the Vikings, down by 7, 8:09 to play in the ball game. Dennis Manning's Vikings 1-1 this year. Chuck Chamberlain's Arvin Bears are 2-0, looking for 3.
I think you're right, Mark. Whoever has the ball last might be the winner of this game.
West High would like to keep the ball away from the Arvin Bears offense, but in so doing, score on this series. But they only get it back 1 more time tonight. Someone accompanied up to the ball, right hash mark, from their 27-yard line. Colbert, the ball carrier. Yeah, quick opener once again, a 6 or 7 yard gain to the 35. 2-point conversion. Look at Segoviano, gets hit. He spins. He has 2 points. He wanted that. He had great determination. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th effort. They hit him, but not hard enough. West out of the ball, 2nd and 3, 7:35 to play in a ball game. Someone on a keeper. Pitch back. McSlyle has a first down. Hit hard by Grider, goes down. But a 1st and 10 for the West High Vikings. Jason Grider making a hard hit, but a 1st down for West High.
I don't know how many. Here's Greg McCulley, cuts up, Grider hits him up high, wraps up, holds on, and Teammates come and help out and get them down. Look how strong Greg McCullough is. It takes 4 guys to come get him. But again, that dive hits for 8 yards, and you come back out, and now you're pitching. Both teams have their offenses clicking now to see which defense can come up and stop them.
Well, it's 7-10 to play the ball game. Pitch back to Colbert outside. Tries to cut back. Fine playing the other side by Arvin, number 1. Tony Alvarez did not allow him to go to the outside, forced Colbert to cut back inside. Alvarez contained number 1 and dropped at the line of scrimmage. Looked like Colbert had a chance to gain 5, 7, or 8 yards.
It didn't. That's a great one-on-one tackle. You can't ask for more than that out your cornerback. He comes up, he breaks down, and makes a short tackle on the player.
160-pounder for Arvin. As the Bears continue very well in that defensive play. 6:35 to play the ball game. 2nd and 10 for West High. Sumlin up middle of Colbert. Has the first down and more. Finally thrown down at the 31-yard line. That play has been working all night for West High. And it continues to work for Colbert and company, number 32.
There's a dive. He hands it off to him. Colbert cuts up the middle. Makes a cutback. There's Yarbrough, 21. And then you got the quarterback, Yarbrough and Grider in on the play.
Well, that has been a marvelous play from West High tonight. 1st and 10 for the Vikings at the Arvin 39-yard line. Arvin almost dumped off sides. Fumble. Who has it? I think the Arvin Bears have it. A number of players were kicking the ball around. And an Arvin player finally pounced on it. So a big turnover against West High. 6:05 to play in the ball game as we see it once again.
The ball's on the ground. Grider almost gets it. It's still out. And look at Yarbrough. Yarbrough's on the ball. He's playing quarterback. I mean, both these guys, the quarterback, running back, defense.
They have great hands.
And we have Sumlin down on the ground.
They have a nose for the football. As one of the top players for West High, Sumlin is down, the quarterback and defensive back. The key ingredients on the team for this year. The junior. I guess he's trying to get the ball to McSlough on that play. Or was it Colbert?
I think he was keeping it that time, and then they just kind of got tangled up, and then he tried to make something out of it. It wasn't a smooth transition like we've seen.
A lot of football players have trouble falling on the ball. They try to pick it up and run with it, and they kick it.
And one of the hardest things to do is pick it up on the run. Looks like it's maybe his ankle or his knee.
We hope it's his ankle and not. Maybe he's not putting any pressure on his right leg. At this point, Brian doesn't look too good.
But sometimes on injuries like that, let's hope it's not bad. Let's hope it's something that gets to the sideline he can shake off, because you hate to see a guy of his caliber, anybody playing, leave the field from injury.
Okay, 1st and 10 for the Bears at their own 45-yard line. Jason Dwight up the middle. Hit hard after gaining 3 or 4 yards. Number 22 with a nice hit. Bagsby, the backer for West High. Cody Ballard, number 40, on the tackle. 2nd and 7 for Arvin.
We've seen Arvin's defense answer the bell. Let's see what West High can do. If West High's defense can keep them in it, get the ball back with some time on the clock, they may have a chance to come back and get the game close to tie, or even go for the win.
West High has to answer the bell like a prize fighter. It's a 15th round for the Vikings. 2nd and 7 for the Bears. Yarbrough looking over the defense. Pitch back, Jinx and Grider. Hit in the backfield. And he's brought for a loss. Hatton with initial pressure in the backfield. He caused Jason to change his course. But the Vikings just swarmed over the Bear running back for a loss.
West High's defense again gets good penetration. They stop him early where he's not getting a chance to run. And now we have another crucial 3rd down for West High. And a crucial down really for Arvin too. If they can get this 3rd down conversion, they might have a good chance of running out this clock.
I'm glad we don't have a running clock this week. At least there's some strategy employed in the game.
Yeah.
3rd and 9 for Arvin. Yeah, we actually do have some timeouts in the last 2 quarters. 27-20 in favor of the Bears. over the West High Vikings.
Referees call a timeout here. And then to see Sumlin, look like they're working on his ankle, I believe. They got the shoe off. Yeah, they're looking at his ankle. He's drinking some water.
You're asking him where it hurts. If you want a copy of tonight's game or any other local program on CNNSI, Time Warner Cable Channel 52, give us a call at 322-1941, 322-1941. Next week we have BHS at Centennial from Golden Hawk Stadium. Our next BC broadcast telecast is October 10th and 11th. They play LA Harbor that Saturday. It's a 4 o'clock game from Memorial Stadium. BC, one of the top-ranked teams in the state, and of course in Southern California, 3rd and 9. To go beyond up the middle, and he goes nowhere. 4th down, punting time for Arvin. It'll be 4th and 8 for the Bears. Ballard, number 40, has had a fine game for West High. Number 78, Derek Perry, conversion on the tackle for West High.
And once again, we've seen West High's defense come up with the play when they need it. They got Arvin in a punting situation again.
Colbert back deep for West High, his 15-yard line. Ryder will punt it away. One of his best punts of the night. Line drive to Colbert to the 20-yard line. Good coverage by Arvin. Slips a couple of tackles to the 30. Oh, if I was going to go down the sidelines. Knocked out of bounds at about the 35. Colbert, a very dangerous runner for West High. He's had an outstanding game. West High 3-5-3 up to play the ball game, down by 7.
And they're going to go on with their backup quarterback. Someone's still on the table right now being worked on. So this is a crucial time for West.
Winklepleck is a quarterback for West High. Harold Winklepleck, number 11, 5'9", 160. Tough time to come into a game. His pass incomplete. It was intended for number 80. Simpson, Bobby Simpson for West. Got a pass well underthrown. Tough time for him to come into a game with 3:50 left and you have to deliver.
That's a lot of pressure. That might be
but the postman always delivers.
And a tough situation for him. It's a situation you might want to go with your running back who's been in the game. Let the quarterback settle down. They only have 3 minutes and 50 seconds left. There it is.
Colbert once again with the opening. Dragged down after a first down run across the 45 to the 46. And that play continues to work great for West High tonight. And Colbert having a monstrous game. Monster game.
I think that's what you got to go with. You don't have someone out there. You'd like to throw the ball. You only got 3 minutes left. But I think you got to do what Coach Chairman did. You got to ride your horse. Tonight, your horse is Colbert. Get on him and ride him in the Wild Wild West.
Glenn Colbert, number 32 GC, 3 touchdowns tonight and numerous yards. Just over 100 coming in. He's had way more than that tonight in this one game alone. 3:41 on the clock, 1st and 10 for West. Baxlal, the ball carrier, spins his way to about 7 yards off the right side into Arvin territory at the 47-yard line. I like the way West has run the veer tonight.
They've run it beautifully. They steps a dive. That means the linemen are getting off. So the linemen are doing a real good job. We haven't mentioned tonight, but they're getting off the ball and they're creating that room for that guy to run. And I stick with it. I try to go all the way into the end zone with it.
I know one thing. I'm ready for a fantastic finish. 2nd and 4. And a great run by McSlough. Losing the ball once again after he picks up the first down. Tugging for more yardage. And Arvin ripping it away out of his hands. But fortunately, Sullivan and company were there to recover it.
And that's the way to be alert for the receivers and the linemen.
Disastrous for West High once again. As you see him on the replay.
Here it is. He's struggling. They rip it out. And who's that? Grider rips it out. But here, West High's right there.
Got to have guys with good hands in the game. 1st and 10 for West. McSlough gained about 5 extra yards. McSlough puts his head down. Picks up 2 or 3 yards to about the 35. McLeod, and it's 2nd down for West High. 2:43 on the clock.
And McLeod's number hasn't been called much tonight, but when he has been called, he's run tough all night long, too.
Both he and Colbert have excellent averages tonight, as did someone who's in the game. Winkelpleck doing a good job at quarterback. Colbert, left side, breaks a tackle. Hey, he's going to go the distance. Touchdown, West High. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. 4 touchdowns tonight for Colbert.
And you got to give the line at West High credit. And Colbert just made a great run. He ran through some tackles. We've seen that play all night long. And West High has stuck with it. New quarterback came in the game. He had a little jittery, threw a pass. Went back to the run, they run the ball into the pay dirt. And they're going for the win.
27-26 in favor of Arvin. And West High is going to call a timeout.
And that's a good timeout. Take your time, settle everybody down, come up with the best play you think you can to get the 2-point conversion. But I think this reflects Coach Manning's philosophy that he's been teaching and talking about in the paper today, talked about it, is the win practice. He's going for the win in the game, and that's what your players want to know, is that I got a coach that's going for a win. We're not playing for a tie, we're going for the win.
Colbert's had a couple of runs tonight, over 35 yards. Now he's piled up some big yards for West tonight, as we have found a new outstanding running back in the area.
He's looking real good. Like I said, this is coming out party. And he's showing what he can do. You know, a lot of ink in there about Grider and what Grider's done.
I like about him is that when he gets to the open, he takes the distance. He doesn't get caught from behind.
No, he's breaking out. I mean, we've got 2 runners that really, when they get out, they turn the jets on, they're going to leave you. Okay, Mark, I'm putting you on the spot. Who are you going with?
We're going for 2 points.
Who are you giving the ball to? Pass or run?
Well, if they gave the ball to anybody, it'd be Colbert, 32. I personally like to play action, but I don't know if a young quarterback will do that. Let's see if they pitch it. Colbert, and he is hit and dropped. And he's shy. That conversion does not count. Not any good for West High. And they're down by 1 point. I think that's a very tough position to score in that play from 2 yards away because the defense is stacked in. Tried an onside kick, but the officials say Arvin has recovered. We thought that West High would cover the onside kick, but it's Arvin bears ball at their own 49-yard line. 27-26 in favor of Arvin, as West High went for the 2-point conversion after that touchdown by Colbert. He was stopped short of the end zone at the 1-yard line. And Arvin hanging on, holding on to a 1-point lead. 2:18 to play. You know, the Bears will keep it on the ground. Glenn Colbert for West High, 4 touchdowns tonight. Most of them from long distance. Just coming out party. Jason brought up the middle. And a fumble! West High recovers!
You'd have never thought that Grider would have put the ball on the ground, but that's a good play by West High's defense, and we've seen them all night long, Mark. They've made big plays when West High's need them. Colbert and company have another chance. Woo.
Let's look at that touchdown by Colbert once again. Sneaks behind his big lineman. Now he's off to the races.
Then he just outruns you. Makes you miss and he outruns you.
You just don't get a good shot at him. So Colbert stops short on the two-point conversion. West High comes back after the onside kick. They hit Jason Grider hard. He fumbles the ball. At the West High 45-yard line, the Vikings still in business. Down by 1, 2:13 to play.
And you got to think that they can get the ball anywhere around the 15, 10-yard line. The worst comes to worst, they can try for a field goal, but you like to score a touchdown in this situation with as little time as possible, because with Grider back there, he's the kind of player I believe if he made a mistake like that, he's going to come back and try to win the game.
Matala Bulker at the right side, running hard, and he fumbles the ball. But West High jumps on it. But he fumbled the ball backwards about 4 or 5 yards. I think the players beginning to get a little tired right now, as we've seen quite a few fumbles here in the last quarter.
And that's the second time we've seen McLeod fumble the ball going for extra yardage. In this situation, here's the ball's coming out, and there's a quarterback being alert, getting on it. In this situation,
he's fumbled twice, Grider's fumbled once. This is all in the last 3 minutes or so.
And both players in this situation, you just want to wrap the ball up. You're not concerned about how many yards. You want possession.
2nd and 11. We have trouble with the snap as the ball is given to Colbert. He's hit in the backfield and dropped.
And they're calling him down, so it's not going to be a fumble on the play.
Winklepleck having a little trouble with the snap from the center, and that threw off that play completely.
And there's going to be some pressure on him now with the minute and 20 seconds left, 21 seconds. 3rd down and long. Quarterback might be forced to put the ball in the air.
Arvin has some great penetration that time on defense. 3rd and 12 for the Vikings. They'll probably be forced to do something they don't like to do. That's throw the football. But they're definitely in a 2-down situation here.
Oh, yes, definitely. I mean, there's nothing to hold back for now. You got a minute, 20 seconds left. You got to get 12 yards. I mean, you just got to go for it. You just got to go for it.
In my opinion, with 2:18 to play, I still prefer to go for the extra point. You have enough time, if you have a good defense, to stop Arvin and possibly get the ball back and win it. And instead of kind of giving it up early, they were fortunate in that Jason Grider fumbled. That normally is not going to happen. But I think in that situation, when you have a strong defense, I would go for the extra point. You kick the ball off, try to stop the other team, or force them to a turnover, then you can get the ball back with a chance to win.
And there's two different things. You have decided you go for the win at home, or do you play for the time, try for overtime. It's a judgment call on the coach. But either way, everybody has to be supportive.
Quarterback going to his right, gets away from the rush. It only gains about a yard. He was looking deep downfield, but great pressure by the Arvin defense. And they knocked him to the turf as the Arvin Bear fans rise to their feet.
And he did a good job of getting the ball, avoiding the sack in the backfield.
1 minute to play in the ball game. 4th and 9 for West. This is for all the marbles. Arvin yelling defense. West yelling offense. Quarterback, oh no, knocked away, complete. Jason Grider on the play, number 4. Talk about it coming back, making a big play on defense.
And that's the kind of player I was talking about that he is. You can see in his passion for the game that he's not going to settle for making mistakes. He'll come back and rectify his mistake, and that's what he did. And that play, even if he caught it, wasn't going to be a first down. The route was 4 yards short. It was a valiant effort by the Vikings to move the chains and try to get a victory. You know, we talked earlier about the going for 2. I think the crucial going for 2 was the one earlier when they scored down the other way. They went for 2 instead of kicking a field goal when it was, I think it was 2019.
Right.
And I think that was a crucial. Even though this one was at the end, that was a very crucial that made you have that decision.
In my opinion, I'd rather go for 2 with about 5 seconds or 10 seconds to go in the game if I scored a touchdown, not with 2 minutes or 3 minutes to go. Yarborough will take the knee, and Arvin should have their 3rd victory of the year, 3-0. Arvin Bears with victories over Burroughs, McLean of Fresno, and almost West High tonight. in a very tough game from Viking Field. 27-26 in favor of the Bears.
And both teams played the kind of game we expected tonight. Close game.
I love it.
Both offenses moving the ball at times.
I wanted overtime, though. I wanted OT.
You want OT?
Oh, yeah.
We're not getting OT tonight.
I know,
don't
that's
think.
why I wanted
Unless something bizarre happens, they fumble the
single
snap,
point, man.
and somebody picks it up.
Number 21, someone.
We just had a picture of someone.
Got injured about midway through the fourth quarter. The quarterback, an outstanding athlete for West High.
And a little bit of ice on his ankle, so hopefully it's not too bad.
Definitely. They need him this year.
I'm just going to take one more knee here, Mark, and run the clock out.
That should about do it. 39 ticks on the clock. Yarborough, the junior quarterback, takes a knee for Arvin. He's played a fine game. Jason Grider, 3 touchdowns for the Arvin Bears. He has 9 this year. Glenn Colbert, 4 for West High. Coley Ballard and Josh Hatt with strong defensive games for West from their defensive end positions. As the clock continues to roll, and Arvin's going to let it run out. The Arvin Bears with 3-0. West High 1-2. And non-conference action on CNNSI. Time Warner Cable, Channel 52. Arvin wins by 1, 27-26. Brian, a great game.
It was a great game, Mark. You've seen all the marquee players came to play. We have a new star coming out in Colbert. West High shouldn't put their head down. They have a real solid defense. I think as we see the season go on, if someone can come back, they have some power on offense, too. They have 3 weapons they can use, and I think they're going to be a formidable foe for other opponents this year.
And hopefully the injury to someone is not too bad. The situation was injured about midway through the fourth quarter. And it looks like an ankle injury, but you can never tell about things like that.
And you never know. Sometimes those ankle injuries are the worst ones because they're hard to heal. You know, you feel good, a little twist, you feel bad again. But I think he should bounce back. He's a good player, worked hard in the offseason.
I think Coach Dennis Manning's team for West has shown a lot of improvement from last year. And another good performance by Chuck Chamberlain and Arvin as he kind of went to his bag of tricks a couple of times tonight to pull out the victory. The final score once again, Arvin 27, West High 26. You've been watching the Prep Football Game of the Week right here on CNNSI. Time Warner Cable, Channel 52.
Renegade football on Time Warner Cable. Catch all the Bakersfield College home games exclusively on CNNSI Channel 52. Sunday nights at 8:30 p.m. with encore showings on Monday nights at 8:30 p.m. following high school football. Hard-hitting, high-scoring, that's BC football. Brought to you by Motor City and Mish Funeral Home.
Final score tonight from West High with Arvin Bears 27 and West High 26. With us is Arvin High coach Chuck Chamberlain. That was a wild finish.
Yes, it was. It had to be a real fan treat tonight, and not so much a coach's treat, but we're sure glad we came out on top.
What do you think of that Colbert, the running back for West? He had his coming out party, 4 touchdowns tonight.
Yeah, we couldn't contain him. We didn't do a very good job of defensing him, but we got a lot of work to do there. We were without a couple of our kids tonight, so that hurt us a little bit.
West High has some big defensive ends, but you were able to make some big plays from time to time.
Yeah, we ran about every trick play we have in our playbook, and fortunately some of them worked. So we felt real good about it tonight. I got to give the West High staff a lot of credit, and I think they really prepared that team, and they're going to be something to contend with.
Brian?
Coach Chamberlain, the one thing I know when I played at BHS, Coach Preston always told us to be prepared because you're going to bring everything in the kitchen sink. And I saw tonight that you did that, and I also wanted to get your input on Yarbrough as a quarterback. I think he did an excellent job of controlling the team.
Yeah, this is by far his best game, and he's maturing into a real fine quarterback, and we're expecting even more out of him on down the line here. But he really came to play tonight, and he always does, but this was by far his best game.
Well, Jason Grider had that one fumble late in the ball game, but he came up with a big defensive play to seal it.
Yeah, we gave the ball to him a lot right there at the end. You know, you got a good horse, you ride him, and we unfortunately fumbled that one play, but he did come back and make a big play there.
Well, he had a lot of fantastic plays throughout the game. The final score, Arvin 27 and West High 26. Chuck Chamberlain, his team is 3-0 this year. You've been watching the Prep Football Game of the Week right here on CNNSI, Time Warner Cable, Channel 52.